What if I told you that your ex didn't suddenly become a monster overnight? That every manipulative move, every emotional trap, every moment that left you questioning your own sanity was actually part of a predictable pattern you could have spotted from day one? Welcome back to the X-Files, where we don't chase ghosts from the past, we dissect them with surgical precision so you never fall into the same trap twice. I'm your host, and this is episode 2, Red Flag Forensic Science. Today we're going deep into the psychology of toxic relationships, armed with actual science, ancient philosophy, and the kind of brutal honesty that might sting but will absolutely set you free. Because here's the uncomfortable truth nobody wants to tell you: they didn't turn crazy. You missed the breadcrumbs. Now, before you close this video thinking I'm about to blame you for being manipulated, stick around. Because understanding how these patterns work isn't about shame, it's about power. It's about building mental armor so thick that no future manipulator can penetrate your defenses. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll have X-ray vision for spotting toxic behavior before it ruins another chapter of your life. Let's start with some hard science. Psychologists have identified something called the dark triad, 3 personality traits that, when combined, create the perfect storm of relationship destruction. Think of it as the unholy trinity of human toxicity: narcissism, machiavellianism, and psychopathy. Narcissism is the grandiose self-obsession you probably already recognize. These people genuinely believe they're the main character in everyone's story, including yours. But here's what's interesting: narcissists aren't confident, they're terrified. Their entire personality is built around avoiding the crushing reality that they might be ordinary. Machiavellianism is strategic manipulation elevated to an art form. Named after the Italian philosopher who wrote about using deception for political gain, these individuals view relationships as chess games where you're always just a pawn. They don't see people, they see resources to be exploited. Psychopathy rounds out this toxic trilogy with a complete lack of empathy and remorse. Don't picture Hollywood serial killers here. Most psychopaths are charming, successful people who simply cannot form genuine emotional connections. They mimic emotions they don't actually feel. Now here's where it gets really disturbing. People with dark triad traits are often incredibly attractive partners initially. They're confident, exciting, and seem to know exactly what you want to hear. This isn't coincidence, it's strategy. Which brings us to the signs you probably missed. Let's talk about love bombing first. Remember how quickly they said they loved you? How they showered you with attention, gifts, and promises that felt too good to be true? That's because they were. Love bombing isn't genuine affection, it's a calculated investment designed to make you emotionally dependent as quickly as possible. Think about it logically. Genuine love develops over time as people actually get to know each other. But love bombing creates artificial intimacy that bypasses your natural defenses. It's like emotional fast food, designed to trigger your reward systems without any actual nutritional value. Then comes future faking. They painted vivid pictures of your life together, didn't they? Trips you'd take, homes you'd buy, children you'd raise. They made these futures feel so real you could almost touch them. But notice how those promises always seemed to shift or disappear when you tried to make concrete plans. That's because they were never meant to be fulfilled, they were meant to keep you hooked. Future faking exploits a fundamental human need for security and belonging. By promising you everything you've ever wanted, they ensure you'll tolerate everything you never should. The isolation phase is perhaps the most insidious. They didn't directly forbid you from seeing friends and family, that would be too obvious. Instead, they created drama around your relationships. Your friends suddenly seemed unreasonable, your family too demanding. Slowly but surely, your support network eroded until they became your primary source of validation and reality checking. This isolation serves 2 purposes: it makes you more dependent on them, and it removes witnesses to their behavior. Without outside perspectives, you begin to question your own perceptions. Psychologists call this gaslighting, but it's really just systematic reality distortion. But here's where ancient wisdom meets modern psychology. 2,400 years ago, Aristotle identified 3 types of relationships in his Nicomachean Ethics, and understanding these categories could have saved you months or years of heartbreak. First are relationships of utility, based on mutual benefit. Then relationships of pleasure, built on shared enjoyment and attraction. Finally, relationships of virtue, grounded in genuine respect for each other's character and shared values. Here's the key insight. Toxic people excel at relationships of pleasure while completely lacking the foundation for relationships of virtue. They know how to make you feel good temporarily, but they cannot sustain genuine partnership because they lack the character necessary for true intimacy. Aristotle argued that only relationships of virtue led to lasting happiness because they're based on who people actually are, not just what they can provide or how they make you feel in the moment. Your toxic ex was likely a master of creating intense pleasure, incredible highs that made you feel more alive than ever before. But when you looked for virtue, for consistency, for genuine care about your well-being, you found emptiness. Moving forward, ask yourself, is this person capable of a relationship of virtue? Do they demonstrate genuine concern for my growth and happiness, or are they just skilled at pushing my pleasure buttons? The answer to that question will save you from countless future heartbreaks. Remember, you're not building defenses against love, you're building discernment for real love versus its toxic imitations. If this video helped you connect some dots about your past relationship or gave you tools for better choices in the future, smash that like button and subscribe for more relationship forensics that will change how you see dating forever.